Crocodilopolis slave. 10 years later, so we're 16 now? We have no MP, we can't heal, we don't have anything but our slave clothes. Oh, this is our life now. At least they let us keep our kick-ass turban. So everyone pretty much says the same things. Need to find Harry. Your brother's been made king. Everyone kept saying the king was in good health. Why would the king be dead 10 years later? Doesn't make any sense. So the trigger is talk to Harry, talk to the soldier, come back upstairs. Gross. I mean, you gotta go somewhere, right? Who indeed? So you 4-star drops. Talk to everybody and head towards the door. You don't want a whipping, may as well pay it. Follow along. That's the next 40 hours of our game here. Wandering around pretending to do work while everyone else makes the temple. Alright, let's beat up the guards. What could possibly go wrong? For boss time against slave drivers. Now, we don't have any gear, but we still have our spells. Let's give him a whoosh. And Harry has nothing at level 1, but he managed to get a knife somehow. Give him the old frizz. That'll be the last time we do that. Alright, off you go, Harry. Your physical attack's not bad, you don't have to use... Oh well. You don't have to use whoosh, but since they can medicinal herb, I think it's a good idea. Oh, mana. Duel. Oh, mana. Alright, we got him. I'm assuming it would keep going as normal if you lost. I've just made sure I never lost that fight, but I never tried. Oh no, what are they gonna do now? Take away my turban? Didn't rotate the camera a little. Just dragging us backwards. Hi, Joshua. Yeah. Beat sitting in a jail cell. Alright, all three of us and all of our stuff in the barrel. Maybe this wasn't such a great idea. Oh hey, we're fine. None of the above. None of the above. The puns, they just never stop. And now we're an escape slave. We still have all of our gear. Somehow our armor still fits us from when we were a wee tot. We now walk with the stick, though. Hard being a slave. Hi, Harry. Brief ceremony. I can get behind that. Did we learn to read while we were in prison? Maybe some of the older people taught us how to read. Young rich girl was here beforehand. There once was a girl who climbed a tower where the goddess was said to live because she wanted to find out if the goddess really. There were many obstacles in her path, but she courageously persevered. She reached the top of the tower. There, legend has it that the goddess rewarded by bestowing upon her a mysterious mirror, the power to reflect the truth. I'm sure we'll never have to deal with a mirror that tells the truth. Oh, they're all none of the above. And for talking to Maria again, we get 1,000 gold. Alright, we're really raking it in now. Big towns in the north. Oh, we've got to check that out. And talking to this lady gets us the important crude image. They could have given it a better name. Carved with love and prayer. May not have special powers, but it does. Find it. There we are. Increases your luck by 15. Any chance to not get a status effect is a pretty good one. Yeah, because Ribbon, we have it. Now it's because it was on pajamas, but not as a real thing. It's here. It can increase wisdom. That can be helpful. Yep, we got the crude image. We got that $1,000. We got Harry. We're good to go. So Harry is, just like we saw in the prison, he is a permanent party member. We can change his equipment, we can move him around, we can tell him what to do. We won't be doing that, but we could. Make sure, yeah, he is on Fight Wisely. And for a fur hood? No, of course not. You have... Can't use a cape. Certainly can't use fags. You can wear the wooden headgear. It's something. Now we could head south, but there's a town to the north, so let's go that way first. Harry starts off at lovely level 1. We'll have to work on that. Here in Fortuna. Now, for weapons, I'm not gonna buy the Edge Boomerang. 1,500 bucks. It's 10 more attack, but I'm not gonna get one just yet. Here's a pub. We could finally... You would think after 10 years being a slave, we'd want to drink even more. Circle the camera around to find a way into this building. Maybe we can buy some new clothes for Harry so he's not walking around in the slave outfit. It's a thought. Then they don't sell anything new. Moonwort bulb. Restores paralysis. Very, very few enemies paralyzed in this game. It's not worth it. Apparently. Castletown in the northeast. Huh. Keep an eye out for that. And here we find another TNT ticket. Awesome. The Seed of Resilience. We'll take that ticket, we'll toss it in the bag, we'll eat the seed ourselves. 3 points of resilience. Awesome. And if you go in the back door, there's a door there, trust me. We have an armor shop, it sells stuff. Including like a pointy hat and some more rags. We'll see what the Fates have in store for us before we buy anything like that. Sleeping. Time don't stop for no one, you heard? Oh, they made a bridge 10 years ago. That was right around the time that we were taken captive. And this well is nothing. Can't go wrong with the medical herb. Mystic Rilula. Quite the fortune, ma'am. Yeah, it's a nice touch. If you walk through here, he won't let you out without shopping. That's what the sign on the front says. But you don't actually have to buy anything, you just pop open the menu and you can close it and he'll let you through. I do want to pick up Slime Gooniform. I have my reasons. Now here in Fortuna, there's jail cell doors, so let's jot that down for later. And there's a red door too, so let's jot that down. And I'll demonstrate that. You can't. Customers only, just close out of the menu and it'll let you through. Smoothest swinger in town. No. What if I said yes? Wonder what makes you special. Run downtown, the Northwest. That doesn't sound like any place we've been to. Another TNT ticket. Awesome. Can't have too many of those. Not yet, at least. We'll be using them soon enough. Monster munchies. Be good for money, and another pot lid, sure. It's like Monty's assistant Carla. I feel like what monsters are you saying up? It's like wise. So yes, this is what we're saying. For 20... Until they're at 20 wisdom, they may not do what you tell them to do. And they could just sit there and defend, or do nothing, or they'll goof off until then. Forget what he said about feel the love. It's completely random. There's a list of a certain amount of certain enemies that can be recruited. You beat them up, and the last enemy you kill in the fight that is recruitable will check a table of odds. And here's the vault. You could drop off weapons and items, and I don't use it. And there's a chance that they could join you, and after the end of the fight, they will ask to join you. And like the guy outside just said, this place is only open at night. So to simulate grind, we're gonna go outside and make it nighttime. Never mind that thing you see on the top of the screen. We'll come back to that. We're not just getting Harry up to speed, we're walking on the grasslands to avoid fights as much as possible while getting it to be nighttime. Harry's gonna be very much dead weight for the moment, but he'll catch up soon enough. There's a very special reason why we want to head to that shop right now. And a new enemy, Flatulent Ferret. Uh-huh, they did that. So that's their move. They can kickstand in your face. You get blinded. Alright, Harry learned Dazzle. That'll be handy. For Nightfall. There we go. Besides, this casino looks so much nicer at night. So after you talk to Monty, the Monster Master, then you head up here at night. We can get a wagon. 3,000 gold. 300 though. Heck yeah. Saying no doesn't make him drop the price. Now that we have the wagon, the monster recruiting mechanics will kick in. They might have kicked in before, but you can't have more than 4 party members without the wagon. Now we can have up to 8. He'll tell our fortune again. What I want to do is notice that we have the perfect amount of health in the top left. Nice. And now it's time to put those TNT tickets to good use. You know, we spent 10 years as a slave. Found out our mother's still alive and our father was brutally murdered. Let's go gambling. Currently have 0 tokens. Now, I'm going to buy a single token so I can show you what is sold here. So the Elven Elixirs, for 300, you can get a full MP restore. For 1,000, you can get Yggdrasil leaves, which revive an ally. Kamikaze Bracers, if you die with this on, all enemies will be taken with them. If they're vulnerable to instant death, I suppose. Falcon Knife Earrings will hit an enemy twice in 1 turn. Metal Kingsword is as amazing as it sounds. You can get that, and a lot of people can wear that. And 50,000 though. And for 250,000, you can get the Gringham Whip, which hits all enemies in a group. It's pretty strong. I'm not going to be doing any gambling. I won't be touching these items unless we get obscenely rich and I just buy all the tokens. He says single. If you were going to do this, this is the 100 coin slot machine is probably the way to do it. People have their different strategies of what to do. This isn't the gambling we're going to be doing, though. Never mind the ladies, they're busy, but if we head into their dressing room, we can find silver tiara and a silk robe. Alright, we have the inventory management. Oh, carrying around a pot lid. Well, Harry can wear it, so may as well give it to him. 2 points. Yeah. I mean, everyone just loves my turban and my stick. Get off the stage. Ah! Over here is the Monster Coliseum. You saw that in Dragon Quest IV. I don't think there's poker in this. There's slot machines which are just basic, and you can bet your tokens on which monster you think is going to win. Take that and go double or nothing on the next one. So here, we have our gambling we're going to be doing. Talk to this guy, you turn in a TNT ticket. Whoever's in the front of your party is the one who gets to play the game. You get 10 rolls. Let's do it. You can look at your health. You can't do anything about it. Consult a map. Plan your advance. Just want to roll the dice. So the slime square, that is the battle square. The boomerang is really good here, because you're all alone. The enemies aren't going to be too bad, though. Alright, 5. So 1, 2, 3. And I have to decide up or left. For this first pass, I'm going to go up so I can get what's in this drawer. Hey, this ticket it paid for itself. Now, if you do this board again, this chest of drawers will now be empty. And here's a shop. They sell things. For 450, I could do a lot of damage to an enemy. Axe a Punch is the Oomph spell from Dragon Quest IV. It doubles your attack power. I want to say it's almost worth it to pick up one of these right now. But that's tempting. I don't usually land on this spot on the first go. No, I'm not going to pick it up. tempting, though. When you step on grass, it could either be a random encounter, or you can get a chance to search the ground. If you're given the option to search the ground, do not do it. Because it could be an item, it could be money, or it could be a trap door that leads you out of the arena and you lose. If they all use Kabuff, I might have used Whoosh. My boomerang's powerful enough to get through it. Yeah, we're fine. If they didn't fizzle me, I would have healed. But we're doing alright. Oh boy, these guys. Now, with the Iron Shield, their breath attacks shouldn't be dangerous at all anymore. So this Iron Shield picked up, it reduces breath attacks by like, I think 5 points, but that's a lot when you have such low numbers. Not a 1, not a 1, not a 1. So right in front of us, that 1, that's a trapdoor. That'll kick us out. Now I need to roll a 2, or else I don't win. I bounce off the door. So not a 6. Okay. So we go back. I'm going to not examine, because that could be a trapdoor. We have 2 chances to get a 1. Give me a 1, give me a 1. Nuts. The most frustrating part is not getting to the end, it's landing right on the square. Well, we did find a TNT ticket, so this route paid for itself. So we want a 5. Give me a 5, give me a 5. Nuts. Well, may as well examine then. And we found a hat. It is totally worth doing these TNT boards, though. At least this one. Worth doing right off the bat. No, not going to fall for that. Sleeping larvae. Nice. Usually this first one takes me like maybe 3 tries. Now you can go back, you're not locked in until you touch the last one. So up is a chance that'll mess with my stats. My permanent stats. So, yeah, left looks fine. I'd rather it not mess with my stats. There's a new enemy, Will-O-the-Wisp. We could have met up with them up to 10 towers. That's what the time berms do. They can cast, I think, Frizz. They're not dangerous. Not at this point, at least. No. There's another chest of drawers. Sweet. Open that, we find a free fur cape. I think Harry can wear that. And if you fall in a trapdoor, you get booted out. Harry, is the fur cape better for you? It is not. You can't wear a fur cape. That feels like a wizard kind of thing. And I wear it, and I just wasn't paying attention. No. You can wear the hood, but not the cape. Good start. Alright, landing on these gets an extra roll of the dice that makes up for that pitiful 1 we got earlier. So up will take us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the grass. 2, 3. Let's go up. Ever examine. Not the ground. This is a teleport tile. It'll take me to the left side. In some map boards, that's good. It can be bad. Here, it's whatever. Now there is a treasure chest on every board that you could keep trying till you get it. Or no, I saved outside. Oh hey, magic water. Restores MP. If this goes really awry and I am losing a lot of tickets, that magic water was worth it though. How many tickets do I have left? 4. If it gets down, if it gets down to 2, then I will go out, save, and then give it a shot, and then reload. TNT tickets they're plentiful, but they're not unlimited, and you cannot buy them. You have to find them. Forward 3 spaces, I pick which direction I want to go. Let's go left. The chest is this way, so may as well. Maybe we can get lucky and get the chest as well. This make me, I have to go back to the start, so. Well, at least that one makes up for it. Now, if you were thinking, just use save states, everything about this has been predetermined already. Every roll of the dice. Huh. Chance time. So, if you were to save state and before jumping on, you're going to get the same encounters, the same dice roll, so there's no cheesing it that way. You gotta reset the RNG entirely by completely saving and resetting. On my test run, I got it on the first go, so it is what it is. We're making some money doing this, at least. Getting pouring some more numbers into the hero, even though it's not necessary at this point. Not a 1, not a 1. Alright. Now I wanna. Give me a 1. Nuts. Nuts! It gives me 3 left, right? Yeah. Alright, 1 more. Then we begin the cheese. Fine, we'll let the dice decide. Each number correlates to... You get 1 point, down in armor. Oh well. Yeah, you can check a pot. There's not going to be a trapdoor in a pot. Seed of Wisdom, we'll give that to a monster. $100. Out of 3. Whew. Alright. Go me a 5. Dang it. If you go down the other one, there's a TNT ticket, which I was gonna pick up on the second pass. And this is slime racing. You can bet money to watch slimes race. It's almost as exciting as watching raindrops on a window. Except if you own a raindrop, you could bet your raindrop. I've never done it. watched it go a couple times, it's really dull. You have no control. It's automated. And even if you did guess right, you're guessing in like in horse racing, 1, 2, 1, 3. Who's first and second? So you not have to guess who's in first place, you have to guess who's also in second. And if you win, it's totally not worth it either. The prizes are not great. None of the gambling prices are really great. I guess maybe the slot machines could pay out. But an early game Metal King sword, you could imagine, could do some work. Alright, good start. I'll buy that Pax-a-Punch. I could think of a boss fight, well that would be useful. And just to show you, it's empty because I already opened it before. It does not restock. Hey, that makes $100 off of that, not a 3. Whew. I lose 50 of those dollars, alright. Give me a 2. Nuts. Well, I picked up that free ticket. Maybe this will be our lucky go. Lady Fortune is just not with us right now. We got the chest, though. Alright. Then the chest is a free boomerang. You might think, why would I want a second boomerang? You already have the one. Oh, there's a reason. So that was actually a pretty good find. Boomerangs are not cheap, so that was like $400 there too. And another level. Alright, we learned mid-heal. That's the heal 2 spell. Group of Legionnaires. Ow, ow, ow. They hit a lot harder than I expected. Well. Got the boomerang. Was that worth it? Not really, because we still have the only one TNT ticket left. Unless this is the win. Okay, here's what it's called. It's Treasures and Trapdoors is what Harry says it's called. I always forgot who told you what this was stood for. Like Chutes and Ladders, Treasures and Trapdoors. Good start. And I'll find more tickets before the next board comes around. There's many of these. So if I'm gonna reset anyway, I may as well... Ow. May as well go to the end. $10. Ah, this one. So this one, you get to pick what number you want. I want a 3. Hey, it took all of our tickets plus 1, but we got it. We got the boomerang and the Pax-a-Punch. And for it, we get an edge boomerang. That's why I didn't buy one before. And here we find mini medal number 1. Alright, leather hat in the bag. Keep keep this cleaned up. Magic water for bosses, wisdom for monsters, packs a punch for boss, boomerang in the bag, edge boomerang in my hand. Alright. Talk about right at the last moment. Alright, we got everything we need from this town. Let's make it daytime. Oh, thanks, buddy. $10 is practically free. I like it. Man, this guy is so hype. I am all for him. Now we have the wagon. Whenever the fancy takes you. And you might notice we're coming up on the checkpoint. So yeah, that bridge wasn't there when we were a kid. They said they built it about 10 years ago. So that would have been shortly after the incident. But they did mention there was a run-down, beat-up town in the northwest. Seems they mean our town. Now, if you let Sancho hold on to the branch for you, it would be down here. They were great importance in the cave. Some great news from the audience. Appreciate that. We don't need to rest, but oh man. Slime was saying that Pancras had a special place in the cave. Well, we saw him head off to the cave, but we couldn't get there. Pancras' fault. So the prince got away and they blamed Pancras, so they burned this village down? Yeah, I'm dead, Now, in case the RN Jesus decides to be very kind to me, I'm gonna drop a save here. Another seed of wisdom. Toss that in the bag for later. Yeah, how do you respond to a story like that? Well, my dad was supposed to take care of the prince, and the prince got kidnapped, and then I was held at Scythe Point. So my dad died. Guy blew him to bits, and then I got sold into slavery. It's been 10 years. I just got out though, so I got that going for me. I guess that's all right. I just won the board down there in Fortuna. And here the enemies are a little tougher. still have the same move, but nothing we can't handle. And so, here I have a comprehensive list of all of the enemies that can be recruited, and the brownies, you have to be a certain level for an enemy to be willing to join you. And if you just play through the game normally, you'll never run into this problem. It will just kind of happen if you're lucky. So for brownies, you have a 1 in 2 chance, 50%. If you're at level 7, after you beat up a brownie, he joins you. Not interested in a brownie though. Sad, but it's okay. Not interested in brownies. Take this raft up to this little island here. A chest. My blindfolds on and go straight for it. And here we find metal slimes. Seriously, metal slimes right here this early in the game. Oh hey, they're actually fighting. And the other enemy, Wordle, he's beefy, he's tough. Hey, look at you guys go. Downside, boomerangs will never get a critical hit. Because boomerangs don't crit, boomerangs are not the best weapon to be taking on metal slimes if that was your idea, your plan. I sold my, I sold my copper sword. Usually I still hold on to it at this point. 850 bucks. For switching to in case I see a metal slime. Now, if you were interested, you can recruit a metal slime. It happened to me on my very first playthrough of this game. Come on, get him. Oh well. In here is the first place you can find them. They're pretty common in this room. If you just wander back and forth, you'll fight a lot of those turtles. But you'll also find a lot of metal slimes. If you're at level 7, at least, we're talking about the hero, so Danda. You're at level 7, you manage to kill a metal slime last in the formation. Then you have a 1 in 256 chance of him joining you. 1 in 256. Oops. It's not very likely. I'm not going to plan for that. Alright, and we had a new enemy, Walking Corpse, and here at Owl Bears. They hit pretty hard, actually, considering how beefed up our armor is. The Walking Corpse is also an enemy that can join you if you're at level 7. You have a 1 in 32 chance of recruiting a Walking Corpse. Now, because I'm using boomerangs, I don't really get to choose which... If the enemy I want to recruit is on the left, I'm not really gonna have a choice in this. I have to switch out my weapon or, you know, control my other characters, which, can't do that. That sounds like too much work. We have a million battles to get through. Let's only control one person. Unlike previous centuries, the AI in this is not bad. Here we find a Seed of Agility. We'll be eating that ourselves. And an Iron Curious, which is why I didn't get any new armor for Prince Harry here, because we can just find this Iron Curious. Now he's up there with armor. He's a lot better than the slave wear. Increase our agility. The faster that we can get our boomerangs out, the better. And if he's the only character we're going to be controlling, well... Uh-oh. Ow. Ow. Now, if you manage to appease the gods somehow and defeat a metal slime and have him join your party, he only starts off with like 3 health and some MP, and he doesn't get too much more health than that. His max level is 20, but playing normally, that's not gonna be a problem. He will then be immune to enemy he's just a metal slime. He is gonna be immune to almost every enemy's physical hit for the entire game. There's a few enemies strong enough to pierce his defense. He's immune to breath attacks, immune to magic attacks, and all status ailments. You did it, you won, here's your victory. And he learns a few fire spells, and he learns Insulatal, which severely reduces the damage done by breath attacks for the rest of your party. Now, if an enemy is... What I meant by the last enemy killed has to be the last recruitable enemy killed. So, for example, that Legionnaire, he is not recruitable, so he does not count for the search. There's a nightlight. You can turn it nighttime whenever you want. Toss that in the bag. Now I don't have to wander around at night. I don't have to wander around outside to make it nighttime. Which is fine because I'm not going to be needing to grind at all. However, this is where I'll be returning to. Whenever I get a new monster, I'll be coming back to Wheelbrook to get the monster up to speed. Because they're going to start off at a pretty low level. And with the chance to get metal slimes... sorry, Brownie, I'm not interested. Brownies, they have an okay physical attack. But that's it. Okay, well, see ya. There's nothing special about a brownie, yeah. Now, what you could do, you could recruit the brownie, and then drop him off with Monty. When you recruit a monster one time, the chance of getting them goes up exponentially again. So you could have Harry learn Kasap. Excellent. You could get a whole team of brownies, or whatever monster you want, but the chances of getting him again goes down severely. Oh, technically the odds go... How would you phrase that? The chances are very low. So, you have to be incredibly patient, and you're going to end up at an incredibly high level out of MP. Well then. Didn't mean to defend. Well. Get out of there! Run! Run! No! Well, these things happen. Well, actually, that's not worth it. Go ahead and give that the old, set. I'll also switch out the RNG. Maybe I'll get me a walking corpse. That's why I saved before going in there. The game really expects you to do some grind, get Harry up to speed, and maybe get some gear. I'm not about that life. I have patience problems. So not in this screen, the metal slimes where I'll be doing the grind for the new monsters. Not that I'll be getting them fully up to speed, but everyone starts off very underpowered. This is a very easy place to get them up to speed because every enemy here is laughable by the time you start collecting monsters. There is an early game monster I do want to collect. That'll probably be with me forever. Sorry, Brownie. It is this room right here, walking back and forth, left and right. Be all you need. Because the turtles, they give... Yeah, the turtles, here. They get pretty good experience. And they have a chance of dropping Seeds of Resilience. So that's always a nice tidbit. Can't get that curious for Harry soon enough. It is weird that he can't wear a fur coat. Stop licking us. You think you're pajamas or something? Yes, pajamas. I didn't stay topped off because I was not paying attention that I ran out of mana. That was my bad. You can't cross that water up there. That's why you had to go upstairs and walk around, knock down the platforms. Metal slime teasing us. Now you can't recruit a Wurtle, so don't worry about him being in a group with them. I do like that the AI will target the metal monsters, knowing that they're the most valuable thing here. What the? Alright, yeah. 1 in 32 chance. I'll take it. So here we have Hork. Hork to Corpse. I've never recruited a Hork, so, he can Tongue Lash, he can Poison Attack. Good for Hork. You want to switch him over to Fight Wisely. Hork starts with 10 Wisdom. What can you use, Hork? I tried. I just was not getting lucky at all ever in getting a Hork, one of these guys to join my team, so... That's fortunate. If you're any good, I'll give you... Feet of Wisdom, but... Alright, no Fangs. You Boomerang? No Boomerang. You Slave Cloak. And you Cape. You Silk Robe. You Fur Cape. This is why you wanna... Oh, yeah. Hold on to just a few pieces of gear. I can put a hat on him. Look adorable. Well, not much he can do. If I don't like him, I can toss him back at Monty. We're not stuck with him. There are monsters I will probably look to recruit and just leave him in the wagon as a healing battery. Now, Hork is not who I was planning on picking up, but... he can keep us company while we're in here. He hits alright. Just poking these causes pieces to fall down. Owl bears are not recruitable. I have 2 in mind. He's not one of them, but we'll do for now. Hello. Goodbye. Yeah, how many other games has this high of a metal slime rate at the beginning? Big air quotes, beginning of the game. The game really wants you to be able to grind. It wants you to be able to sit here for 17 hours trying to get yourself a metal slime ally. Which I did on my first playthrough, sat here for several hours attempting it. And got one on my second or third metal slime on the second playthrough. So a lot of enemies are vulnerable to the weird status effects. I'm gonna say weird as in the ones you don't have access to. The funky dancing that some of them can do. The goosebump licking, and a lot of bosses too are vulnerable to it. So it could be nice to have an ally like that around. That's the big thing about the Wordle. He could waste his turn, have you waste your turn by defending. See, this reset worked out better for everybody. We have a Hork. We have a lot of slimes. Now, slime is a recruitable enemy. If you're at level 7, you have a 1 in 2 chance of recruiting a slime. I want to recruit a slime. And here we find a leather kilt. Kinda like what our dad wore, huh? And a seed of strength. Go ahead and eat that right away. This. And hey, 2 hours into the game, we found the ultimate weapon, the Zenithian Sword. And as the hero, we can put that to use and... What the? Huh, we can't equip it. We can throw it away. Okay. That's weird. Maybe we have to prove ourselves to the sword first. Oh man. Some heavy stuff, Dad. Well, I guess we're not the hero. I guess we should go find the hero then, huh? Focus on getting out of this cave first. We have a lot of money and don't want anything to happen to it. Oh, come on. It's a 1 in 2 chance. I will accept this kind of slime. Give me a crit. It is giving us every opportunity. Hey, hey! We got one! And we'll learn a new spell, Peep. We can now do the Appraise skill from Dragon Quest IV. We can look at items and know a thing about it. And Harry learned Kasap. Awesome. Yeah, so your new spell, Bang. You kill one of these, you have someone up to speed, like, immediately with what the game expects you to be doing. Don't ever expect to roll the 1 in 256 to get the metal slime. But hey, that level was really good. Ambushed by slimes. These are not going to turn into a big slime, don't worry. Don't think to sit here and wait for them to transform. This is just a whole bunch of them. There we go. Yes. I do want a slime. Welcome, Gutrude. Guchu starts off at level 1. Guchu needs to immediately be put on Fight Wisely. Guchu is going to be difficult to get off of level 1. Guchu has a tendency to die immediately. A lot. I'm going to give that Seed of Wisdom to Gutrud. Gutrud starts off with no wisdom. Gutrud can wear Bianca's ribbon to help get that wisdom up. And the slime Guniform I bought? Pretty good armor for a slime. Or hood. I'm just gonna start just brandish it in the general direction of the slime. Can you wear this? Another thing a slime can do, a slime can use a boomerang. Which is just useful. You could also have like individual like Stone Fangs, the Iron Claw. But boomerangs are... Why not just give it a boomerang? There's Seed of Wisdom. I want to give the Seed of Life to Gutrud too. This is what I was saving it for. It sounds ridiculous to give it to the slime. I'm gonna hold off on the Seed of Magic for now. But really, the slime is good. The slime can also use the Poison Needle, which, just like Dragon Quest IV, either does 1 damage to an enemy, or it instantly kills it. So a slime can help you kill metal slimes. Gutrud, please. You had to survive 2 owlbears. Monty can also help rename your monsters. So if I didn't like the name Hork or Gutrud, there's like 3 names that each monster can have. It's random which one you get. That's a good use of the rest of your MP there. Good job, Harry. And thank you, Hork, for dropping to consolidate MP, to consolidate the experience. Go revive Gutrud, and we want to drop Hork off with Monty. Did I drop off a dead monster? Never tried. Monty can also rename your monsters. But there's one other thing Monty can rename, which I thought it was a goof, but no. Alright, maybe on the way there, Gutrud can get a level. As soon as he's strong enough to take more than 1 hit, we'll be back in here hunting for not metal slimes, just levels. And since we recruited Hork, then he won't be asking us to let us join him. Let him us. First, basic monsters on the way back to Monty to get some levels into Gutrud. Good. Disobey and defend. That's what we need you to do. Drop off my dead walking corpse. Guess it wouldn't be walking right now. Monster type is a corpse. Alright, so I want to drop off a monster. Huh. I didn't realize that that's how he would say. Alright. So then I can look around at the monsters I have in there, or I can rename a monster. I can rename Hork, or... I actually don't have a goof name for this right now. May bag be known as nachos. So now, right there, nachos. Gertrude isn't gonna have much to say, it's just kind of bloop, bloop. Gertrude just be bouncing along. I would like to get Gertrude up to like level 5. I thought Gertrude just got a level. I guess that was someone else. Fight outside on the world map to fight weaker enemies, I was going to say, and then these guys appeared. Very well, back into the depths. If you come here at night, you want to show this off. Yes, yes. Man, your memory is really going, buddy. Oh, I guess I didn't talk to him last time because we reset. Fair enough. Yeah, that boy sees the fairies too. So it seems only children can see the fairies. Keep that in mind for later. Now, the Zenithian sword, if you use it as an item in battle, let's go ahead and peep at the Zenithian sword. Right, it doesn't say. If you use it as a item in battle, it'll cast Dispel on all the enemies. It'll take away all their statuses. Now, the odds of getting a second slime, for example, is 1 in 64. So, it's unlikely, to say the least. They're the enemies that the game expects you to get, and they're the ones that you have to work hard for. No thanks, Brownie. We're just here for some numbers for Gertrude, and we're leaving. We have things to do. He's just a slime. He doesn't take damage very well. Took a hit there. Thanks to that slime Gooniform. Yes, so it's level 3. Now, if this is your first time playing, I would recommend picking up a Draki. That's something you can find in the just outside here. And something else I'm going to be picking up as well along the way. Drakis are pretty good. They can also use boomerangs, and they can cast, I believe, Dazzle, which will help with status effects for later. Five more points of wisdom. The slime's max level is 99. For example, the walking corpse, his max level is 30. I don't know why they impose max levels on some of these monsters, but they did. There's level 4. And there's a Seed of Resilience from that monster, so go ahead and nudge it back up since, oh hey, by 3. Making this, that's the big thing why grinding here for a few levels. The chance of killing a metal slime, the chance of getting that Seed of Resilience, it's all really good. Get him! Come on! Woohoo! Hey, we got 2. Don't usually get that lucky. Well, that'll get Gertrude up to speed. Now, Gertrude doesn't learn spells, sadly, unlike his metal part, but using the poisoned needle and the boomerang is pretty good. Gertrude has learned a spell. Poof. Never mind, Gertrude doesn't learn spells until higher levels. Not as good as spells as her metal counterpart, is what I was going for. Poof is the expel spell from Dragon Warrior. It kicks enemies out of an encounter, just insta-kills them, the ones that are vulnerable to it, but you don't get gold or experience for it. Just as though they weren't there, which could be useful if you were trying to go somewhere that you weren't powerful enough for, or if they had a powerful attack, you didn't want to deal with it. It could have its uses. I won't be using it. Well, mainly because I can't control Gertrude, so... yeah, we're doing all... Harry's out of MP. Go ahead and take a nap. Alright, so the plan was to get Gertrude up to 5, but that metal slime had other plans. Now, there is the checkpoint we saw to the top right. Checkpoint Charlie, but we can't do anything but going over there. Nothing will happen. Instead, remember the route west. Around Beck. But head back over there. Here we have Fungal. This enemy can poison you. He's also recruitable. If you're at least level 7, 1 in 16th chance. 1 out of 16 is your recruit chance to pick up a Fungal. I've never personally had that happen, but it's there. They sell the same stuff here. Now, while I was back in Fortuna, what I should have done, because I wanted to do it, pick up a pointy hat for Gertrude. So I'm going to do that at some point. Not yet. We don't have a zoom spell, so we don't have a way to get there right now. I could pick up an iron shield for Harry. I'm not going to, but I could. You want to pick up a complement of medical herbs. And Gertrude can also use pot lids, so I'm gonna pick up one for Gertrude because they're insanely cheap. So why this guy is selling a pot lid in his shop is I don't know. Here in the weapon shop, you can pick up some different things. The mallet would be pretty good if you picked up the brownie. The iron claw, if you had, I think Hort could wear the iron claw. Sickles, whips, I could a group of enemy, or just all of them. Eventually I'll have a hand-me-down for Gertrude. I'm not going to spend 1,500. Yeah, we heard about that a long time ago. Queen had you kidnapped. No, we don't drink, apparently. If you say no, she'll open the door and let you in, so you can go talk to her dad. But more importantly than talk to Dad, we can head downstairs and find mini medal number 2. And a red door. So let's go ahead and jot this down. Around Beck, there's a red door. S was resurrected. Yeah, we played that game. We beat S Stark. Then we beat Sorrow. Then we recruited Sorrow, and then we beat him on. So Dragon Quest 4 and 5, they take place in the same universe. To a degree, like, it's almost the same, but then it has an issue of being, like, the maps are different. Kinda. It's close enough. Yeah. 7 years ago, they moved. If I stay 2 nights or more, how much is it to stay? $9. Yeah, we can stay 2 nights. Now, people will be like, why can't I get to the checkpoint on the right? You have to, for whatever reason, the trigger is sleeping here in Roundbeck. This is what triggers being able to go across the checkpoint to Coburg. Like, oh man, that bed was so nice. You know what? I think I'll stay a whole nother day. For that, we get a pillow. The pillow is just like the tea set. It's a knick-knack. That's the category that it's called. There's knick-knack on the top screen. I guess if you use it in battle, you could cast... Huh. I haven't tried that. Let's give it a shot. Find a weak monster to try to use that on. There's nothing going on at up to 10 towers. And here we have an enemy, Ticking Time Berm. He is also recruitable. The Ticking Time Berm, if you're level 7, you have a 1 in 32 chance of getting him to join you. His max level is 15. I didn't say the Fungal, his max level is also 15. Here's the Draki. Draki's a 1 in 4 chance. Level 99 is his max level. I would have picked him up if he had joined me. 1 in 4. If you stay the night at Roundbeck, Francophobe. The term for someone who's afraid of Frenchmen, right? I had a history teacher back in high school that could go on and on about how he's a Francophile. He loves the French and French stuff and and this really permeates to right now. Yeah, you weren't here what I mentioned earlier. They made a movie on the Netflix about this game. It even stars Gutrid. Not bad. Worth a watch. Alright, now there is a monster I want to run into around here. There are 2 monsters I want to run into around here. But before we head inside, I'm gonna wander around the mountaintop here. Here's the enemy I want, Small Fry. Small Fry is a very, very good recruitable monster. However, if you're at level 7, you have only a 1 in 16 chance of getting it. And the one playthrough where I got him to join me, I was at level 19 before, the hero's at level 19 before he finally joined. So it's very unfortunate that the luck was not with me there. The same playthrough where I got that metal slime on the first try. Second try. Powie Wowie. Powie Yowie is another recruitable monster. Powie Yowie, if you're at level 7, you have a 1 in 32 chance of him joining you. His max level is 40. For reference, the small fry, the little dragon there, his max level is 30. But it did not get anywhere near that by the end of the game. Powie Wowie is not the one who I was looking for, but... Here we have a new enemy, Fandangao. Fandangao is another recruitable enemy. Yeah, they really throw them at you head first here. If you're at level 9, then you have a 1 in 32 chance of getting it. This max level is 25. Gutru taking a hit like a champ. How are your stats? Yeah, right up there with Harry. Alright. I never even went back to get his hat. Just looking for a specific enemy, and we'll move on. It is nice that there he is, the Slime Knight. Slime Knights, if you're at level 7, you have a 1 in 4 chance of getting a Slime Knight, and their max level is 99. The game really wants you to get a Slime Knight, because they are amazing. This won't be the battle where we get it, because it checks on the last enemy killed, and since everyone here is recruitable, and Harry decided to kill him first, and then the small fry fled, so it's gonna go for Powie Wowie. Gonna roll the 1 in 32. So I eventually do want to get a Slime Knight to keep in the back row. Hey, someone learned Kabuff. And there we go. Instantly, Harry learned Fuddle, it confuses enemies. Kabuff, making the slime already good. I eventually do want to get a Slime Knight as a healing battery in the back row. It can wear heavy armor. It learns healing spells. It's pretty darn good. Now, you could pick up a broadsword for the hero. I'm all about the boomerang, so I'm not going to do that. I do want to get a poison needle. I'm going to give it to Gutru. When I do grinding, when I get a new person, I'm going to switch over to the poison needle for the off chance of getting the kill against a metal slime. Right now, it's good that I skipped the pointy hat, because you can also wear a shelmet. So that's better armor, and now Gutrude's now better than Harry. The way the poison needles work is they'll either do 1 damage to an enemy, or instantly kill it. Either one is really good against metal enemies. I guess someone did teach us to read while we were in prison. Yeah, here, I have a few bobs. Building their army. Sounds dramatic. Certainly gotta get involved then. I could keep Hork with me, just to have a 4th party member, but... Personally, I like the idea of having a little dragon with us. Like I like the small fry, just in general. It's a pretty decent monster, too. It has innate resistances to breath attacks. Now, if you walk in here, you won't be allowed any further than this. That guy's gonna block you. Can't restock the shells, right? So it's been a 3-hour session here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to off-screen recruit a Slime Knight, get him up to speed. By up to speed, just like go wander around Wheelbrook for a little bit. And then next time we're going to explore more of the... We're going to explore more of Coburg Castle and find out what's going on. Now, there is one thing I want to show off here for those who weren't here. The Void. To show off the Void. For those that weren't here. Pop open the game. And press L. Yeah, there's no music. That's not my character. This was here before we even opened a file. Nothing's interactable. Barring the damaged floors and the healing spring. We can ride the ship to nowhere. It's a lot to think about here. I like the lineup of the animals. Nothing's interactable. I've poked everything here. I didn't even know this was here. I poked it by accident. I pressed L, just came across the debug room, I guess. When the game was still in development, they would put triggers to each of these to make it easier for testers, like skip this cutscene, go straight to this part in the game, make me invincible, make the enemy invincible. That's what a debug room is for. They seem to have taken out every trigger, though, before actually releasing it. Yeah, here's the Void. We met Harry in the Void before meeting Harry in real life. But next time.